So, as we reported moments ago, General Powell did not just reserve his criticism for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. He also went after a frequent guest here on the Kelly File and a Donald Trump advisor, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. Powell writing, quote, "Flynn got fired as head of the DIA. I asked why Flynn got fired. Abusive with staff, didn't listen, worked against policy, bad management, etc. He has been and was right-wing nutty ever since." Joining us now to respond, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, who's the former director of the Defense Intelligence Agency, which is the intelligence arm of the U.S. military. He's also author of The Field of Fight, How We Can Win the Global War Against Radical Islam and Its Allies. General, good to see you.
Hi, Megan.
Your reaction to General Powell's thoughts?
Yeah, right-wing nutty, and I think he called me a jerk, too. I've actually been called worse things by my little sister. You know, I would just tell you, this is another Secretary of State, and another individual who has had their email hacked. I mean, what are we learning from this, Megan? I mean, and I'm going to tell you what, more to come, and the fact, the business with, not knowing whether or not, nation states have the 33,000 or what Colin Powell has said. I mean, when are people going to learn that there are threats out there that are going to continue to hack their email? I've said I would love to have my emails hacked, and people have. I know that they've tried it, because I'm not disparaging people in my emails. I'm being very honest, very blunt about what I say publicly is what I say in my private email communications. I don't screw around like that, because I was taught as a young kid by my father to treat others like you like to be treated, and that's the golden rule. And Colin Powell, I mean, he's an amazing guy, amazing service, but he's actually, as a footnote in history, he's going to be always struggling for his credibility because of the statement that he made to the United Nations that brought us into the war in Iraq. And I'll tell you what, I mean, when I think about some of the dumb decisions that have been made over the years by people who have lived in the bubble of Washington, D.C., we just can't have that anymore. And frankly, what he said about Hillary Clinton, what he said about Trump, whatever. At this stage, we have such bigger issues to deal with in this country.
Absolutely, but it is extraordinary to hear such frank discussion from somebody like that. Let me ask you, though, do you think this was Russia? I mean, do you think Russia is behind the DNC hack and this hack? And if so, why?
Well, who would know would be the White House would know if that was the case, and certainly those in our intelligence community would know if that is the case. I really don't know. What I know is that.
Why would they go after Colin Powell?
Well, hey, everybody that's a highly visible person, when somebody finds that kind of, sort of titillating, whatever you want to call it, information, they're going to make it publicly available. I mean, people have got to come to grips with their emails, and those that are high visibility people. He's a high visibility person. He obviously said some really mean things. I mean, at the end of the day, he said some really mean things. Now, he thought that they were private, but Megan, nothing is private when you are a target of whether it's an anonymous group or whether it's a nation state. I don't know whether it's Russia, but it could be a whole bunch of countries.
Well, I've said many times, in 2016 America, it's no longer enough to pretend. You actually have to be a good person. They will find out if you're not. It's
come
over.
on.
Forget it. General,
I feel sorry for him. I really feel sorry for him, because I don't agree with what Dana and Chris said. I mean, I feel bad for him, because he had a great he had a reputation, but you know what?
No.
Yeah, whatever.
Fiddly dee.
No. Okay, whatever. I gotta go. It's great to see you, General.
Great. Thank you.